Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and I would like to welcome you to Craft Spot. Every Wednesday we get together and we have a little bit of a crafting adventure most days because, well, that's how it goes sometimes, isn't it? Anyway, today I have an online class to share with you, and I forgot to get out the DSP. One moment. If you are here, give me a hello. Let me know that you are watching. Sorry about that. I had stopped and I was going to do this earlier and I didn't. And, then a squirrel ran by and all those things that happen. Oops, that's not even the piece that I want. So today I am going to be sharing with you the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper, and we will use the Cheerful Daisies bundle for a little bit of our crafting. And as I mentioned, this is a card class. So if you would like to have the card kit absolutely free, delivered right to you at your door, all you have to do is place a $45 order from my online store, and I will send you the kit. Now, usually when I do these classes, I make 3 different cards, and I send you supplies to make 2 of each. This class is just a little bit different because of the paper that we're using, and you'll see that in just a moment. So this card still has, or this class still has 6 cards, but they're all different, and there's lots of give and take, or lots of room for you to create however you choose. So why don't we get started? Let me flip this down. There we go. Oh gosh, I had this all set up and now it's sagging. This is, the joys of cottage life. When I come to the cottage for the summer, I move my craft studio from my home in Pacific Beach to the cottage, but then I'm home again, so I have to move it back. And it's a lot of packing and unpacking and loading and all the rest of it. And my stand for my camera is clearly loose somewhere, and I don't want to play with it too much because hopefully it's stopped moving and I can just move my paper to keep it centered. I don't know. I think it's slowly sinking, but so far we're okay. I can stay with it. Okay, Fresh as a Daisy. So this is the Designer Series paper that coordinates with the Cheerful Daisies bundle, and I will just take a moment and show you the 6 different patterns. So there's the first one and the second one. And the reason I'm taking a moment to show you this is because you may want to get some of this paper starting tomorrow. Starting June 1st, virtually all the Designer Series paper in the annual catalog will be on sale for 15% off. So that is, that's just awesome. We love a sale, right? So, oh my goodness. Let me see if I can tighten this. It seems to be sagging more and more and more, and I don't know why it feels tight, but oh goodness. I was on a networking call today, and they were talking about one woman, oh dear, one woman was saying she was scared to do a live because she thought something would go wrong. So I suggested to her that yes, something would go wrong, but not to worry about it. It's happened to all of us. And we just kind of, do the best we can to work through it. And, on we go. Ultimately, it's all about the crafting. And we will get to that in just a moment. Is this back in the picture? Hopefully. Okay. So I think I was talking about the sale. So starting tomorrow, June 1st, Designer Series paper will be on sale for 15% off. So you could get this package of designer series paper. These are the backs, sort of single color, marbly look. This one has two colors, but for the most part, they're sort of single colored. Yeah, and so why not take advantage of that? And this is the paper. Still doing funny things. I'm just gonna, keep moving around here. Hopefully, hopefully keep this in the camera. So this is the paper that we are going to use today. This is cards already designed for us, right? How cool is that? So the back of this paper, just so you know, is Moody Mauve, and the same sort of marbly, kind of ombre, marbly, whatever look to it. But we are going to make cards with these pieces. So this is why there are 6 different cards, right? Because you will get in your kit, you will get this entire piece of designer series paper. I will cut it, but I will cut it along some of these lines so that it ships easily. And then you can finish cutting the pieces to complete your cards. So you could, in theory, if you used one of these, you've got 3, 6, 9, 10 cards you could make with these pieces. So we're making 6 today, and we're going to use 2 pieces for one of the cards. But you could make, if you choose to make more, that's fine. I will send you the full sheet, and you can choose exactly how you want to go forward with that. So let's get to some crafting. I have used a couple of different stamp sets just for some variety. So I'll let you know what they are as we go. They may be things that you have in your stash. They may not, but if you are placing an order and you like what you see, perhaps you would want to. Just trying to see if I can get this light to get rid of some of that shadow on the workspace. I'll move this up a little bit. Do I have less shadow? Down. Okay. Life's little challenges. So we are using an As Your Afternoon card base and this piece to start. So this is a perfect scenery background. It just looks like, somewhere out on the range. So I have pulled out my Grassy Grove stamp set and dies. And you may recall that stamp set. This has been around. It was in the catalog previously, and it's carried over again. So there is the stamp set, and there are coordinating dies to cut out these pieces, as well as a background piece. So if you have that, marvelous. If you don't, you can make any scene on this card. So I have stamped the tree image, and I stamped it twice, and I am going to put it onto here. I thought I would layer it so that it's at a little bit of an angle, and then I think we'll just put the deer on, and then I have cut out. This is from the Countryside Inn, Countryside Corners, the dies that look like this. Just happen to be sitting close by. Oops, there's a little light glare. Sorry about that. So I have used this to cut out this sentiment box. And I am going to bring in my As Your Afternoon ink. And this sentiment, wishing you the brightest birthday, is one of the sentiments from the Cheerful Daisies stamp set that I'm also featuring in some of the cards today. Okay, so let's see if we can get this stamped on here straight. There we go. So I have done some of the pre-work for these cards today because they are very, very easy to put together. So I'll explain as I go. But I thought if you had to sit and watch me do all of this work for 6 cards, we would be here for quite some time. So I have done some of it in advance. Okay, just grab my liquid glue, and I am going to put these trees down first. These are going to be lower. And I'm just going to put them down. This is a perfect background because you've got soil, the ground to put them against. And then this one will go higher so that it sits higher. In fact, I think I might just pop these up. I can find that I put my little dimensionals on the table. I'm also still trying to sort of figure out where I work and where I do my lives. And look, see, I'm not even in the picture anymore to move this up. And I'm going to need to, it's very far away from me now. I really need to do something. If there's anybody else out there that uses, what is the name of this? Does it say on this paper? What does it does say? Archon, an Archon camera holder. It is the one with it's got a tall post and then 3 links that you're supposed to be able to maneuver to set up, whatever angle you want to. Mine, it's falling, and I'm not going to be able to see my paper in a moment. So, but if anybody has any tips or tricks for getting this to tighten and things, I would love to hear them because yeah, it's way, I don't like, but it's tight. I can't hardly move it. And it shouldn't be too heavy. It always holds my phone. I'm sort of befuddled because it feels like everything is tight and yet it's sagging. It keeps sagging on me. That's loosening. So that doesn't seem like what I would want to do. Okay, I'm going to try this again. I'm going to move back down, and I've got my Rubbermaid bin for moving stuff here. Okay, we'll try this again, get it back into a place where I can actually reach my paper. With any luck, it will stay. Okay. If you are watching the replay of this, say hello. Let me know that you have seen the replay. And if you are interested in placing an order, I did put my host code into the description for this. I did create, and then I copied a link to put in there as well, but I'm not sure it's gone through as a link. I couldn't tell when I was going live, so I'll have to try and remember to go back and look afterwards. Hello, Donna, welcome. And if it's not a link, I'll see if I can make it a link after the fact, but so the information is there. The host code is there, so you do have that. I just wanted to help make it quick and easy. Okay, so there is that, and then we'll just get this onto our card base. As Your Afternoon is one of the new core colors, and it's not a returning in color. It's a brand new color, and it's just a lovely blue. I don't know, it's not a royal blue. I don't really know what kind of blue it is. It's just, it's a pretty blue. It's not entirely unlike Pacific Point, but it's not the same as Pacific Point. So camera's sinking again. I can tell because now I have to move my paper up, which means I'm further away again. Oh, I'm so sorry, folks. I find it very frustrating, but I don't know how to fix it. And the last couple times I used it, it was okay. So I don't even know what's different unless something rattled loose in transit. But anyway, okay. I am using Garden Green for this one, and I am stamping my sentiment on one of the die cuts from the Careful Daisies bundle. I had a little bit of a a mess there, but you know what? I cut a whole bunch of these. Like, I'm just gonna cut a bunch of these, and then hopefully I can find where I put them all. Yes, here's some more. So we're just gonna grab one of these. We're gonna try that once again. Hopefully we don't get too much of the green. This is from the By the Bay, Seaside Bay stamp set, and the sentiment says heartfelt sympathy. And I'm using this today because we have these nice flower daisy cards that we are creating. There we go. And I was at our shop local market. Our church hosted what they call a shop local market. It was all local small businesses, and we were looking for the community to come out and see what we do and spend a beautiful day outside in the sunshine and support local small businesses. So it was very successful. And I did sell a number of cards. Sadly, a large portion of them were sympathy cards. People came by and said, oh, you know what? I always need to have some sympathy cards around. Someone said, okay, I need birthday and sympathy. And it's like, oh dear. But you always need them, and you don't want to make them or buy them when you need them. It's really nice to just kind of have a couple available. So I think that's what some people were trying to do, is stock up on a few so that they would have them and not have to worry about when you get one at a time when you need one and you want to get one. So I need to replenish my supply is where that was all going. Okay, 4 1/4 is 2 and 1/8 on the 8th here, which makes that give or take the middle, which means, you know, kind of sort of get it straight, get it at the bottom, here-ish. There we go. I couldn't decide whether I wanted just a stripe down the middle, because when I put just the pink on the top, the pink on the pink didn't look quite right. And eventually I put them both on and thought, you know what, that'll work. So here we have them both. Okay, so if I pull this up again, in theory, it should move at the loose point, right? In theory, yes, in theory. Do I want that whole thing pop up? I don't think so. I think I'm going to put this down flat, and then I will pop up the sentiment. So this piece of the Versus the Daisy Designer Series paper is so awesome for creating quick and easy cards. It's just, you know, cut it out and add a sentiment as we are doing here. I did put a little bit of background paper on things, but super quick, super easy, but some pretty cards because the Designer Series paper makes a pretty card. Oh, maybe right across the bottom section. Okay. How's that? I think that'll work. There we go. Card number 2. Okay. The next couple of cards are also super easy, because this one, you can't hide that beautiful paper, right? You have to just show it off. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just add a sentiment. I'm going to do another sympathy card. And this time I'm going to use boho blue. So this is boho blue and copper clay. Hey, Tricia, welcome. Let's see, 4:30, 9:30. Okay, so it's evening for you, so that's not too bad. I never remember. There's a woman from New Zealand. Oh, thanks for the hearts. We love the love. And she said she tries to watch my lives, but of course, New Zealand. I'm not sure whether New Zealand is the same as Australia for time zone, but it's It's a big difference. I know that much. Yes, yes, evening time for you, Tricia. So that's that's not as bad as the middle of the night or something something not friendly at all. But I'm glad you stopped by. We're just using the Fresh of the Daisy Designer Series papers to make some super quick and easy cards here. Let the Designer Series paper do all the heavy lifting and show it off. Just as a reminder, this is, oh, thanks, Tricia. This is an online card class. So if you would like to have the kit to make all 6 of these cards delivered right to your door, you just need to place a minimum $45 order from my online store, and I will send them to you. And move these over here. And for the moment, they will be in the camera. I don't know how long that will last because it is, I've kind of have given up. I don't know. I lift it up, it falls down. I don't know what is with my camera stand today. I'll have to get the husband to look at it because he's much better with these things than me. So see what he can figure out. Again, heartfelt sympathy. Replenishing the supplies, sadly. Oh, that's not good at all. Don't know where I was looking there, but that was very crooked. Just once again. That looks better. This is early espresso, and this piece of Designer Series paper and the card base are wild wheat, and then I put early espresso behind it. It's not quite early espresso in there, I don't think, but it works fine. It coordinates, and so that was that to me. That the dark brown looked better than a lighter brown. So I was thinking perhaps pecan pie, but that didn't work, and it's definitely not copper clay. It's not as orange as that. So we went with espresso, early espresso. I could go with an espresso, maybe a nice cappuccino. It's very, very warm. Maybe an iced cappuccino. There we go. Who's in? Of course, being at the cottage means you either make it yourself or you have a fairly long drive to get to town. Well, it's about 20 minutes on country roads, so we don't tend to go into town to get a coffee. Coffee sounds good. Okay, well, we'll get to Trish and we can have a coffee together. How would that be? That would be fun. There we go. Card number 4. The next one I've got uses this piece of the Designer Series paper. And then I decided to use one of the backs. Remember, we looked at the back and it was all moody mauve, as it's the back of the flowers. So I thought I'll use a back to coordinate with these flowers because I wanted something a little bit larger than this. And I'm mounting this onto Pebbled Path. Pebbled Path and Moody Mauve, of course, are 2 of the new in colors this year. So for this year and next. And I've already stamped this one. I went back to the birthday. So wishing you the brightest birthday from the Daisy set. Yes, it's a wonderful font on this this sentiment. So I like this one. And I also like stamping on Designer Series paper from time to time. I think that's just kind of fun. So if you have a light color, I use Pebbled Path ink. It it showed up just fine on there. And then I have a pebbled path card base and a Grove layer, and this is embossed with the great big lovely polka dots from the online exclusive basics embossing folders. You get 3 embossing folders in one package, and this is one of them. The other one you've seen me use quite a bit, the hashtag or hash marks, and then there's one with some little flowers. So there's 3 embossing folders in one package. They are all wonderful, and I decided to use one of them right here. Give me, with the round daisy sort of look, I thought the round polka dots would coordinate well. So for this one, I think I'm going to put this down flat, and then I'll pop this one up and just let all of the daisies show. So, you forgot to order those. Oh, they are still available. Well, they are still available in North America. I don't honestly know if they're still available for you, Tricia. Probably. I haven't heard that a lot of the online exclusive products have sold out, but these are wonderful. I love these embossing folders. But then I will confess to having a little bit of a thing for embossing folders. They're so easy to add so much to your card. Just, there's not a lot showing here, but the look of the flat cardstock versus the embossed cardstock, to me, it just, everything does have a place, of course, and I'm not opposed to flat cardstock, but it adds so much to the look of your card. And it's so quick and easy too. Just run it through the cut and emboss machine, and boom, flat paper becomes very interesting and adds all that extra texture to your cards. So they're wonderful. Interesting to see how much more we use them now than 5 years ago. So, okay, put that on there. And then we have one more card, and I have used, I did the Heartfelt Sympathy again, and for this card, I have used some of the dies from the Cheerful Daisies bundle. So this is one piece. It gives you the 3 daisy backs and some leaves. And then I have cut some layers for the top, and I'm using this piece of Designer Series paper. And so I've gone with Pretty Peacock and Wild Wheat again. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like them. I could move these up, couldn't I? Then just work here and try and fix that camera after. So I have, when I die cut all of these, you will notice that they are white on the back as opposed to the color of the cardstock. And that is because I put adhesive sheets on the cardstock before I ran them through the cut and emboss machine. And so now these are all stickers. Stickers, we love stickers. So you can see when I pull this off that the cardstock is underneath, and it's sticky. I just need to poke this piece out. Sometimes the pieces don't pop out of your die quite the same, but they are cut. So this was separate. It just was still stuck to the page. So it's all good. And now I am just going to lay this piece over top of the white, and this is going to completely cover the white because it's the same die cut. The others are adding accents, but that one completely covers my leaves. And then the only tricky part is making sure you know which way this lines up. So just flip this over this way and pull the back off. If you haven't tried the adhesive sheets, they are marvelous. Anytime you have any intricate dies that you're using, you know, any thin pieces that can be a little bit trickier to get your liquid glue onto, the adhesive sheets are marvelous. And who doesn't like playing with stickers? The beauty of this crafting stuff that we do is that we get to go back to all those things we did as children that we loved and do them all again as adults, right? Cutting and pasting and coloring with our markers and stickers and you know what, Tricia, you say you forget to use the adhesive sheets. How many of us have adhesive sheets and think to use them after we've die cut everything we want for our card? And we are sitting there with our glue bottle going, oh, this would have been a lot easier if I had used adhesive sheets. Okay, so I just need to figure out which way this goes. Something tells me I don't quite have this correct. Get my finger out so I can see. Oh, maybe I do. Yes, I think that I do. Okay. And then one last one for this top piece. And it will be done. So, and this one is easy to determine where it goes. It's not, you're not likely to get that upside down. Okay, so there are all of our stickers added. So now we have color on our flowers. I tried to, initially I would cut some, a green piece to put on here and it just didn't work. So I thought, well, you know what? Wild wheat, it will coordinate with the card base and the patterns. The leaves, there's actually leaf sprigs in the designer series paper. So I pulled it all out and thought it would work beautifully. There we go. And then I'm not sure if this has an up and a down necessarily. I've got this, this sticker's not quite in the right place. And I don't, well, it does move a little bit. See if we can get a little bit less of the white showing. I'm just pushing it a little bit with my fingers and it seems to be moving around enough that that you don't see the white so much anymore. Okay, how do we want this? Ah, thank you. See, you're a little further away. You can't see the small imperfections. Thanks, Tricia. You're very kind. I think that will work. Thanks, Donna. I'm glad you like the cards. Okay, I think I'm going to put this down flat. So now I didn't put adhesive sheet on the back of this because I wasn't sure whether I was going to pop it up or glue it down, but it's also larger. It's not the very narrow detailed pieces anymore. So it's much easier to get my adhesive on here. And you don't have to have it everywhere. It will stick down if I just sort of cover the wider bits. So we will be fine. So here. Should actually put this on my adhesive, on my silicone mat, but I seem to end up holding these things in my hands a lot. There we go. Okay. Flip this over and it's just gonna come in here. I seem to have a little miscellaneous bit there. I'm just gonna go about like that. And then push this a tiny bit if I can. There we go. Another little paper bit, and then I will pop the sentiment up with a dimensional. First time was a fail. It was a little crooked. So That's why I try to always use two-sided paper. I know it's no worries. You don't have to pay extra for the bad comedy. There we go. Okay. Now, of course, there is just one very important task remaining because there's not a single gem to be found anywhere on these. So let's pull out some gems. What? Oh my goodness! What do we want to do here? So we have a lot of the in colors, which we could use. So these are pretty peacock. I don't know, they look quite green compared to that, but they are supposed to be pretty peacock. But where are we going? What do we have here? Oh, look, I just got these recently. Aren't they lovely? Oh my goodness. Look at all that metallic shimmer and shine and fun. So these are the Neutrals adhesive backed sequins. And of course, we also have the in color. Well, clearly we don't have any maybe mauve on this sheet, but these are the, oh, see the wild wheat and pebble path. Where's my pebble path? Oh, pebble path over here. I can see that. Okay, maybe that. So I'm not sure that I would want, I could do these. Nope, let's just go with pebble path. So I don't think I want the great big guys. We'll go with, so sticky. This guy and a couple of these. Execute that the way I had thought initially. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. And do we want some, perhaps just one on here? Or should I go up to, not sticking, up to here? No, you know what? Maybe just one in this section there. That kind of works, doesn't it? Okay, moving on. What do we have next? Let's see if we can use some of these. What do we think? Okay, maybe not on this one. Maybe we need the wild wheat over here because the coppers kind of clash with the wild wheat. So let's, oh, you know what? Maybe just one great big guy on this one as well. Up about there. Just a little, you know, give us a little bling. Garden green. This one, very yellow. The brown. Or the white. Maybe the white. They're sort of interesting. Where did those greens go? These would work too. You know what? We're going to throw on some of these. Look at these. I haven't used any of these yet. This is a brand new package as well. And it's not picking up. There we go. The big dilemma of where to put them. That will work. Okay, here's some more. Oh no, these will work with the, where to put the sequence. Look. Oh yes. What do we think? The brown, right? Thinking the brown. Try some of these on here. Should have been at the top, maybe. When in doubt, move them around. See, if you do it right away, it's usually quite easy to get them off. If you try this tomorrow, sometimes you pull the paper with you, so you need to decide early on what you're going to do. And this one is it's kind of different. I'm not certain we want anything on here. What do you think? Gem or no gem? Put this one down here. Search. Now, maybe one on the sentiment. Just so it's not left out. I think that's okay. Okay, there we go. Let me put some of my toys to the side. Let me see. Oh my goodness. See if I can get the camera back on the workspace. Get the cards out where you can see them. Are they all? Nope, they're not all in the camera. Okay, everybody snuggle. 6 cards. It's more than I usually need to get into the camera. There we go. I think they're almost all in. So hopefully you can see those. I will post pictures if you do place an order in my online store. Minimum $45 using the host code, and I will send you the card kit. The card kit also includes a full tutorial, so you will have that as well. Oh, thanks, Trisha. Aren't you sweet? So it worked. Other than the camera stinking, it is honestly, it's 6 or 7 inches lower than when I started. I don't know. It just keeps stinking. I don't know what's wrong. Everything seems tight. I have to take a look at it. I can't quite figure it out. But thank you so much for coming along on this crafting adventure with me. If you have any crafting questions, or anything at all that I can help you with, please reach out. I love to chat with you and love to help you out. Want to thank you again for being here today and for chatting with me. I love hanging out with everyone. I hope you have an awesome rest of the day, and I hope to craft with you again really soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.